What's up, everyone? KYN is here again, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sublems. Last time we completed both the newbie and the sweet ranks, so now we are on the second main rank of the pack, which is scary. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Let's Play. Today we are starting off with Scary 1, Torture Chamber. So we have 100 lemmings, 90 to be saved, time limit of 5 minutes. Alrighty, so we have a 20 of everything lower here. And we can lose at most 10 lemmings here. Alrighty, well, easy enough here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mine here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and block with the lemming behind the first one. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to dig down here. Then I'm going to go ahead and build, and then bash. And then finally I'm just going to go ahead and dig underneath all these traps here. Then interrupt the bastion bit stroke. And then I'll just release the blocker with a miner. And then max out the release rate, and we are done. Alrighty, very nice, easy load to start off the rank. Alrighty, Scary 2. Not as simple as it seems. Sounds pretty similar to a load that I once played. I forget in which pack though. Alrighty, so we have 50 lemmings and 40 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes. Most certainly it is. Just simply bomb in the same place twice. And that's it. And then max out release rate. I think this is Jan Chopin. Or Jan Chopin. I think that's the music that was playing. I could be wrong about the author though. Anyway, next level. Scary 3, The Tale of Sir Lamelot. So, clearly a reference to Sir Lancelot. And we only have one lemming here, and of course we need to save him. And we have a time limit of 10 minutes. Alright, so we start at the very far left here, and need to work all the way to the far right. Castle looks pretty interesting with all these lizard heads peeking out like that. Alrighty, so we have a pretty limited skill set with the exception of builders, where we have 20 of them. Everything else we have 5 or less of. Alrighty, so see several gaps we need to bridge. So it just seems to be a matter of traversing the many obstacles in the way, or the walls. Yeah, and being efficient with our skill usages here. So just gonna go ahead and dig. And then try to bash underneath all of this. Oh, and then he eventually fell down the bottom of this pit. Okay, so in that case, not bash all the way across then on the bottom. Just enough to start bashing across and avoid it. There's grass vine traps and the lizard trap here. So here I'm going to go ahead and build to interrupt him. Alrighty. That might be a bad place to start bashing as well. So in that case, let me go ahead and go to the last skill. And then let me interrupt him a little earlier. So right here, for example. Alrighty, then let's go ahead and start building up here. And then let's go ahead and bash. Yeah, so he'll stop right there, which is perfect. You can go ahead and dig down for a bit before I start building across the gap. Okay, so 3 bridges there. Um, I think we could just drop down here and bash. Whoops, time skipped a little too much there. Should probably just use the, I think it's a 3-second time skip. No, 5-second. So should probably use that before getting through the wall instead of just skipping for 10 seconds. Which is often a lot farther than I think it is. Alrighty, and then let's go ahead and climb. And in the meanwhile, these lizards are just standing here and staring at one another and probably chatting to themselves. Oh hey, how are you guys doing? I'm doing great, how are you? Blah blah blah. Build. Yeah, so we can get over here and start climbing. And it should be one final builder. Unless he turns around, which he did. So let's go ahead and build the turnaround again. And that should be it. Perfect. Okay, and that's it. So certainly more difficult than the previous 2 levels, but not that much harder though. Nice level. Scary 4, the Parthenon. Okay, so clearly a reference to the building that's in, I believe, Athens. Alrighty, 50 lemmings, 40 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes here. Alrighty, back to a 20 of everything though. This is Splat High, right? Yeah, most certainly is. So we need to go ahead and make him a floater. Then I'm gonna go ahead and start building to the left here. Second one's a floater, third one becomes a floater. And then are they gonna land on the bridge? Yes, and they land safely while splatting. Alrighty, so gonna go ahead and start bashing out to the left then. Just wait for them to turn around. Then I'll go ahead and bash out. Okay, and now block with the next lemming. I hope to turn around. Yes, okay. And then with the lemming that went on ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and build out for a bit. It's not good. I'll do one more bridge. Okay, and then block him. Okay, and then bash to release the blocker here. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead and build back to the right. So maybe starting around here. I somehow have a feeling that that might be a little too high. Or a little too far back, I should say. No, it's just right. Okay. Okay, and then we'll bash once he can connect with the wall here. And then finally build to cancel him mid-stroke. Alright, and that's it. And then patch up this builder bridge, and then we are done. Alrighty. Just slightly a bit harder. But still pretty easy though. Especially given that we have 20 of everything. Alrighty, Scary 5. What's the password? 15 lemmings, 49 to be saved. Time limit 5 minutes. New features like true physics and skill masks have ruined this level. If you want the true challenge of this level, guess the password before trying to solve the level. Indeed, I don't quite remember if this on Super Lemon, but based on the pretext, I believe it was. It's just that for some very odd reason, I can't quite remember the level. Let me see. So pretty much it's just guessing the right letter from each section. There's essentially one here, another section here. And then I believe these 3 also form a section. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a 4-letter password. I think it's just a simple matter of seeing which one makes a word. Melt, maybe? And yes, I'm one of those players. I pretty much try to not activate CPM, clear physics mode, just because I like the element of surprise. Well, not the element of surprise, but rather, I rather play the level as is originally intended, even if it means there are hidden surprises that would take me by surprise. Okay, no. So based on the skill shadow, this means that this is not correct. However, this is correct though. Okay, so it's not melt. Oh, exit. EXIT, okay. Okay, so I somewhat ruined it for myself based on the skill shadow, but... And technically, there is a feature that allows one to disable the skill shadows. So I could have done that as well, but I just had one wrong guess there. Alrighty, so it's digging down there, and then bashing through where the X is. Okay, so far everything is correct. And then dig down here. Alrighty, so EXI, so therefore the last letter to bash through is the T. Okay, some lemmings will turn around though. And so we will have to block at the end here. Alrighty, and then that's it. We have guessed the password. Well, technically after one wrong guess. So technically I didn't really completely guess the password correctly. But anyway, that's pretty much all there is. Just like the pretext says, if you want to the challenge, yeah, try to guess the password before you solve it. I thought I had it, yeah, with my first guess, but nope, it turned out to be wrong. And then once I realized where the skill shadow went, yeah, so that in that way I kind of cheated. Then it was easy to guess the password. Alrighty, moving on though. Scary 6, know your bashers. 50 lemmings, 49 to be saved, time limit of 5 minutes. Alrighty, so just bashers here only. So really, this is just bashing at the right moments to get through all the mini obstacles. Using just the 5 bashers we have. So we pretty much just have to bash at ground level here, I believe. But at the same time, we also have to avoid lemmings getting up in the grid and getting themselves trapped. Well, I guess here there's no way for them to get themselves well, except when that happens. But let's see. Yeah, only one slip spot. Okay, so that's good. Okay, and then same thing here. Have to position the basher in such a way in which we can get through all of this, and it's easily identifiable by how the skill shadow goes all the way through. So here we can start bashing here. There was an earlier position in which I could have done it, but probably many new players won't think of bashing that far. Alrighty, and then these two walls are pretty close to each other, so it should be possible to get through with just one basher, and indeed it is. Alrighty, and then same thing here, even though it looks like they almost cannot be bashed through with just one basher. Okay, because once he broke through the first slanted ramp, yeah, he got close enough just to keep on going with a basher. Okay, and then we only have one basher left, and then we can pretty much only get through this on the ground level. Yeah, so like that. And that's it. Alrighty, so nothing too special here, other than just using your knowledge of basher mechanics. And you don't necessarily have to be up against the wall before you start bashing. And in this particular level, you pretty much have to adjust the basher positions so as to get through multiple obstacles/walls with just one, rather than using multiple bashers, because you certainly don't, you just don't have enough to use a basher on each one individually. Alrighty, scary sound. Lemmings and oranges. Uh, should be a play on Origins and Lemmings. Lemmings Origins, yeah, that level from the original game in the fun rank, I believe. 80 Lemmings, 75 to be saved, and we have a very generous time limit, 10 minutes here. So much time that time is definitely not an issue here. Alrighty, so we have several icicle traps, not traps, but like obstacles in the way at the very end. There's 3 of them, but we do have 3 diggers though, which we can use to dig them away. And so, yeah, this is more or less pretty similar to the previous level. We're very limited on destructive skills, but here we can start with a miner, and then whereas for this right here, we can bash through all this with just one basher, if you bash at the right spot. So right here, for example, yeah, this should go all the way, even though you can't really see all of it. As a matter of fact, if I zoom out, yeah, then you can see all the skill shadow. So therefore, this is a good spot to start bashing. Alrighty, this is a very long basher tunnel, so we're just going to time skip that. Alrighty, and then we just simply dig down each icicle as we get to them. And we only have 1 climber to do so, so we have to do it to each one as we get to them. Yeah, in order. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what the losses are for, particularly since I don't think there's any way to lose any lemmings in here. Alrighty, Scary 8, this level stinks. 50 lemmings, 42 to be saved, and we have a time limit of 2 minutes. This is a repeat of a sweet level. I believe it's the repeat of the second sweet level. And so because of that, I believe the time limit is the same, of 2 minutes. So what is the difference here then? Oh, okay, so instead of miners, we are given bombers only. Alrighty, well, the level's still easy enough to do. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start bombing around here then. Yeah, it should be fine to go through here. So it takes 3 bombers to get to this hole. Okay, that leaves us with 5 left. I might have chosen a not so good place though, but we'll see. Alrighty, so 3 is enough to get through this bigger hole here. And then finally 2 should be enough to get to the exit here. Alright. Yes, perfect. And they can exit, okay. So the exit trigger is not buried in the ground, in the wall. Alrighty, so pretty much more or less the same, just that we're expected to lose lemmings here due to having only bombers. Whereas the first version in the sweet rank, it was very easy to save everyone. Alrighty, Scary 9, Return of Mr. Lemming. 60 lemmings, 50 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes here. So this is a in a way a rework of the Keep Your Hair on Mr. Lemming level from the original game. It's pretty much uses the exact same layout, with one crucial difference. Instead of left-facing arrows, the arrows are now downward-facing. And so because of that, it is not possible to bash through this wall. Instead, you will have to use either miners or diggers. And you can also use bombers as well. Bombers will go through any one-way wall. And And because there are downward arrows here, this should not have been a level in the Super Lemon Eye version, since that engine does not support downward arrows, I believe. So, and I believe uh, the level that introduced you to one-way walls in the Sweet Wank was also not found in Super Lemon Eye, since there were upwards and downward arrow walls, one-way walls in that level. So I don't think that was in Super Lemon Eye either. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in the level here. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and set a climber. Okay, and we have no builders here, but it's not a problem. It's still pretty easy even without them. And then at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and send another climber up. Alrighty. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mine. And then mine to the left with the other climber. And I'm gonna go ahead and dig down for a bit. Hopefully I didn't make that too deep. Okay, dig down again. Okay, perfect. Yes, I stopped the digger at just the right moment before the wall got too high. Alright, and then I'll just make the climber floater. And that's it. And yeah, still pretty open-ended. Of course, my solution is not the only one for this level. Alrighty, next one. Scary 10. Keyblade Masters. 50 lemmings, 40 to be saved. Time limit 5 minutes here. Alright, so we start at the very top of the level, and we need to get our way down to the exit safely here. Alrighty, it's a very nice looking key that goes through the exit. As a matter of fact, the pillar blocks the lemmings from exiting, I believe. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start digging down. And then dig down again. And then, let me see. I think I want to start blocking right here. And then I'll make the follower a floater, and then I'll start building up. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and block here. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and build over the digger hole. And then I'll mine through the staircase. Okay, and then bash to interrupt him. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make him a floater. And now I'm gonna go ahead and build the other way to make this platform for the others. And then finally just dig down. And then we'll probably have to bash through the pole here. Yes. Because it is indeed blocking the trigger area. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and release the blocker here with a miner. Alrighty, and then max out the release rate. And then go ahead and bomb this blocker. Okay, still a pretty easy though, considering that we had 10 of everything. Scary 11. Alternate Ascension Escalation. 100 lemmings, 99 to be saved. Time limit 5 minutes. Okay, we're pretty much at the halfway point of the rank. So, though the save requirement seems to suggest that the rank's pretty much done playing around, the very open skill set suggests otherwise, since we had 20 of everything here. Okay, and once again is another no builders level. Okay, well, that's not a problem. As a matter of fact, you can just solve this by setting 2 climbers over. Alrighty, and then with the first timing, I'm gonna go ahead and block. Yeah, this is pretty much like a 4 skill and done. Oh, it's like the, whatchamacallit, variation of the think it's the Tetris music. Don't remember, but yeah, this was one of the ones that I did like from other packs, and I haven't heard this soundtrack in a very long time. This particular one from what do you call it, Sublems. So after the other climber turns around from the blocker, we're gonna go ahead and mine down, and then at this time I'm gonna go ahead and bomb the blocker. Okay, and then once the miner is low enough, then it'll just start bashing. Okay, and then here to save the climber, I'm gonna go ahead and dig down here. Okay, and then mine to interrupt him. That's it. So this is to prevent the climber from climbing out and dying. Oh, he can't even climb that. Okay. So never mind. That was not necessary. Anyway. Still pretty easy though, despite the lose 1 for the save requirement. Scary 12. Storm the castle. One of the lemmings, 80 to be saved. Time limit 10 minutes here. And here we have 2 entrances. One of them is at this boat here, completely made of steel with some snow terrain placed at in various places. And then here's a castle-looking structure where the exit is. And on the very far right side low, we have the other entrance. Okay, so again, yet another easy load due to the 20 everything skill set. Alrighty, so it appears that the left side might need help from the right side. So I'm gonna go ahead and send out a climber from the right entrance. Okay, is it possible? Oh no, it's not a 20 of everything. 20 of everything except builders. Builders we have 50 of. Okay, music's a lot louder than I thought it'd be here. That's true. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead and mine into this window here. It's just too high, so let's go ahead and back up below and then mine. Yeah, that way we don't need to use builders to get up. Alright, and then mine. That should still be up. Step up below. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go ahead and start building. Okay, build again. Again. At this time, I'm gonna go ahead and send a climber up for this entrance. Alrighty, and then start building towards the other building. That should be good enough for the one on the left. And then down safely while splatting, and then I'll just build again so that he can hit his head and turn around. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mine to the right crowd. And then with the one behind him, I'm gonna go ahead and dig so that he can just hop into the exit there. And then finally, one more miner to release the crowd. And then for this crowd, just gonna have to make a zigzag builder staircase. So I'm gonna go to the left first, and then build to the right. Alright, and that's it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and time skip this. Music was pretty loud. Alrighty, so very easy though. Scary 13, it's a hot one. 50 lemmings, 40 to be saved. Time limit 8 minutes here. Okay, very, very open skill set again. Where we had 20 of everything except builders, where we had 30 of them. Yes, I believe this was one of the lowest where I also like the music here. Okay, so with the first lemming going to the left, I'm gonna go ahead and build with him. And then block with the one behind him. Because here it should just be possible just to build up from the ground here. Alrighty, and then let's go ahead and start bashing, and then build again before he falls off the staircase here. So this is just going to require us building several times and get closer each time. Alrighty, and then go ahead and bash here. And then build again. Then we're just going to go ahead and keep building. Did he close up the gap there? He did, okay. So then let's go ahead and bash through. Okay, so the exit trigger is a little higher than that. So let's go ahead and build. Okay, there we go. Oops. And then let's go ahead and bash the blocker free here and build to cancel him, and that's it. Alrighty, like I said, very easy low. And it should be considering the very, very open-ended skill set. Scary 14 and Elevator would be handy. So title's pretty similar to A Ladder would be handy, which was Tricky 3 from the original Lemmings game. We had 30 Lemmings, 25 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes here. Okay, so here the skill set's somewhat more restricted, since we are down to 10 of everything instead of 20 of everything, which the original game was pretty what the original game did a lot. Let's see. So let's go ahead and send a climber up. Alrighty, and then let's go ahead and dig down. And then here should be good. So let's go ahead and start building up a couple of times. And then let's go ahead and mine down the crowd here. One miner enough? Not quite, okay. Alright, not a problem. We can go ahead and build them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig down here when the lemming's facing to the right, and then bash to cancel him. That way the climber doesn't climb up and die to the ceiling. Deadly ceiling, I should say. Okay, and then build up. Should be fine, since the others will take a detour. I wonder, is he gonna finish on time? So not quite, okay. So in that case, let's go ahead and mine through the staircase. Yeah, fortunately we have enough builders to repair it later on. Alright, and then patch it up, and then we're good to go. Alrighty. Pretty nice level there. Certainly somewhat more difficult than the previous levels that we have played, but it's not like a whole lot harder. Alrighty, Scary 15. Build a wall, break a wall. 15 lemmings, and here we have to save everyone. And time limit 5 minutes. 5 minutes seems to be pretty common here for a time limit for the pack. Alrighty, so what do we have to contend with here? Alrighty, so we have a huge wall in front of us, but we only have one basher to break through. And we also have to save everyone. So, how do we do that? We will use what is known as a build-a-wall, which basically involves stacking 3 bridges on top of one another like this to create a very thick wall that the lemmings cannot step out of when they walk back, when they turn back. So, as will be demonstrated right now. Yeah. And it has to be at least 3 build-a-walls stacked on top of each other like this. Okay, 1 and 2, just don't cut it. Okay, and then now that we are bashing through, we can go ahead and max out the release rate. Then just time skip all of this. So if you are aware of the build-a-wall, then yeah, this level is very easy. But for less experienced players who have probably not played too much lemmings, then I can definitely see this being a somewhat of a stumping point. Scary 16, turn me around. we only have one lemming, and of course we have to save him, and we have a time limit of 3 minutes. Okay, so this one deviates from the 5-minute time limit. Alrighty, so pretty much in the final quarter of the rank, pretty much the lows are finally done playing around here, because here we have a very limited skill set. Because here we have 2 builders, 1 basher, and 2 miners. So yes, we would definitely have to turn him around, since we don't want him walking off the edge here and then falling into the bottomless pit. So we would definitely have to turn him around. And here we can achieve this by building up into the ceiling. He's basically gonna hit his head and turn around. Okay, and you can pretty much tell if he's gonna turn around just by the fact that the builder skill shadow was getting smaller and smaller. It kept receding. Okay, so that's a clear sign that he would hit his head and turn around. It will be successful. Alrighty, and then in Neo Lemix, yeah, if you mine or bash into steel or in the wrong direction against the one-way arrows, then Lemmings will turn around, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and mine into these one-way arrows. Yeah, since they're going to the right, but he's mining to the left, he's going in the wrong directions, and so he'll turn around once he reaches them, which he just did. Alrighty, and then here we have some steel, which we can mine into, just like I said. Miners will turn around. Will stop and turn around once they hit the steel. So in other words, you can pretty much think of one-way arrows as steel as well. If you're bashing or mining into it in the wrong direction. Is he going to turn around though? Oh, actually, no. No. Should not have used a miner there. Instead, we should just use a basher instead. Okay, because again, it's not just miners that do this. Bashers will also turn when hitting steel or one-way arrows. So we have to use a basher there. And then here I'm going to mine into steel to turn around. Okay, and then this is probably the most difficult part, but it's not a whole lot harder. And it's quite easy to figure out, considering that we only have a builder and a miner left. So basically here, in order for him to turn around and walk to the exit, what we will have to do is we will need to build one step. This builder step is solid terrain, which where you can use skills like miners, diggers, and bashers to destroy. And so by providing a piece of solid terrain, this will allow us to mine and destroy the builder staircase and into the steel so that he turns around. Okay, and you allow him to build more than one builder step, he will unfortunately be too high so that when he mines, he's not going to hit the steel. So as a demonstration, let me allow him to build 2 builder steps, and then I'm going to go ahead and mine. So you see, 1 extra builder step is enough to have him destroy the builder staircase, but not mine into the steel to turn around. And so it's absolutely crucial that you mine right away after 1 builder step, because the first builder step that you build on the steel is the closest to the steel, and so that allows him to destroy both the builder staircase and mine into the steel at the same time. Okay, that's the only way you can achieve him turning around. Now, I believe in some other engines, it is not possible to turn around when mining into the steel, but I could be wrong though. At least with the engine that on the platform that I grew up with, which was DOS, I believe the miner does turn around on steel. Alrighty, Scary 17. Bring it on. 50 lemmings, 50 to be saved. Well, back to that signature 5 minutes for the time limit. Alrighty, so we start on the other side of the wrong way, in the wrong direction, the one-way arrows, the one-way wall. Okay, and we need to get to the exit that's up here. Okay, so there's one gap that's to be bridged, and then another one that's to be bridged here. This should take 2 builders, I believe. Okay, we need to save everyone. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and send a climber up. And let's go ahead and dig down, create a digger pit. And then I'm going to go ahead and cancel him with a builder, or rather interrupt him. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, should not be a problem. So let's go ahead and make him a floater. Then bridge across this gap. We'll only take 1 builder. And then I'm gonna go ahead and have him climb up the wall and then get to here. Where we're gonna go ahead and bridge across this gap. Okay, then I'm gonna let him turn around. And then when he's around here, let's go ahead and mine. So yeah, right here should actually. I think here should be good. Yeah, perfect. Because there's that tiny extra pixel height there that allows him to fall down and get interrupted. Okay, and then we'll just let him turn around before we bash through. Which we'll go ahead and do now. We'll proceed to walk to the exit. In the meantime, just let the basher finish and everyone's safely contained within the tunnels here. Okay, that's it. So here we need to use all skills in order to solve the level. I don't think there's any other solution where you can save skills. Alright, Scary 18, a minor issue. 15 lemmings, 49 to be saved. And time limit 5 minutes. So there's the signature 5 minutes again. Okay. So let's see here. Alrighty, so at the start, the lemmings are in immediate danger. They turn around. So let's go ahead and dig down to prevent that from happening. Okay, then let's go ahead and bash across. Okay, and then this here will introduce a trick that has not been required in any of the previous levels yet. Okay, and that trick is this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start mining about here. And then notice right now that the miner is going the wrong way, and it's matter of fact, it's going to go away from the exit. Okay, we need the crowd to go the other way towards the exit. So how do we achieve that? Okay, that's very simple. We use the blocker that we have left. And then, so basically, we have seen that blockers turn lemmings around, okay, as its most basic usage application. However, what blockers can also do is that it can also turn other skills around, so such as the builder and the miner. So here we're going to use a blocker to turn the miner around, and we achieve that by blocking at the very end of the miner tunnel depth where the miner is currently at. So once again, when I place the blocker here, it turned the miner towards the right. Okay, and it pretty much has to be around right here, so that when the miner turns around, he'll mine towards the exit, but he'll also stop as well. Yeah, due to the fact that he will fall down. And that's it. So, with experienced players, this level is not hard at all. But with more casual and less experienced players, this can definitely be a difficult level. But even then, it probably won't take too long, considering the skills that you're given. You're not really given much anyway. But it probably would take it's probably quite a leap to come up with the blocker turns the miner around. Especially since, like I said, so far we are not seeing any low that requires it so far in the pack. But this is the very first low in which we need to use that mechanic between the blocker and the miner. Alrighty, next level. Scary 19. La Casa del Lemming. Okay, so pretty much Spanish for the House of Lemming. The House of the Lemming. 20 lemmings, 16 to be safe. And again, the signature 5 minutes for the time limit again. Let's go. Alrighty, so we have nothing but bombers and builders here. So yeah, you can definitely tell that in the last quarter of the scary rank, this rank is pretty much done playing around. Because we have very, very limited skill sets now. And basically the lows are just getting difficult. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and build up to the left here. Okay, and we pretty much have to get up here since this entire wall here is steel. And the only way out is through the top here. Alrighty, so don't want to start bombing yet. I think I'll go ahead and wait. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build a couple builder steps. Okay, and then now that we bombed through it, let's go ahead and build up to the thin ceiling here. Not gonna go very far before falling off the chain here. So let's go ahead and start building up here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and seal off the... Oh no, they can get up there, okay. Okay, I totally did not expect that. Let's see. What's the best way to get up there? I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing as I did in the middle, where I just start building as high as possible that they can get on the chain. Alrighty, and then let's go ahead and stretch out the bridge. And then I'm gonna go... Oh, they can step up that, okay. No, then it should just be one last bomber here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so here, managed to use half the builders, but just 2 of the bombers. Okay, so definitely harder than most of the previous levels that we have played, but it's not too overly hard. Alrighty, and then the final level of the scary rank. Scary 20, Boss Battle 2, Scary Snowman. Yeah, and they certainly do look scary. They don't look very nice either. They look very annoyed and angry. 15 lemmings, 45 to be saved, and we have a time limit of 4 minutes. Let's go! Okay, the low actually starts in the middle of the lower here. That's probably an indication that the exit's hidden in there, because if we look around the level, yeah, all I just see are the entrances, the 2 entrances, but there appears to be no exit in sight. Yeah, so since the low did start in the middle, that's probably a very strong hint that the exit's buried in here somewhere. It's most likely not on the starting platforms, the starting areas that the entrances are in. Alrighty. Okay, and the music's different here. I remember it was the Carol of the Bells music, but in the Sublems LP version. Alrighty, which place do I want to start with? I guess I can start with the left first. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start bashing. And then bash when we get down here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and block. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, no, I'll wait. Oh, sizzled right there, so we need to go a little higher. Okay, this music's actually pretty loud as well. All others have been quite manageable. Alrighty, at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and send out a climber from this side. Go ahead and make a floater as well. Okay, so he's doing pretty well over there. Alright, and then one more floater bridge. Oh, it's even indicated. Yeah, I just barely saw the very white X right there. So that should be where the exit is buried. Right where the white X is. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start floating here. Alright. Yeah, and the easiest way to get into the exit here is just to look at the skill shadow. Here the skill shadow gets interrupted, which means that's where the trigger area for the exit is, at least for that side. Alrighty. It's just a simple matter of finishing before time runs out. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and actually let me use a basher here. Okay, so just use a basher to release the blocker. Okay, so that takes care of the left side. And now for the right side. Okay, and then right here. And then finally, let's go ahead and mine. He's not gonna get all the way through, but he gets most of the way. Okay, and then I'll just use one final mine there. And that's it. Yeah, so you almost have to work simultaneously on both sides here. Alrighty, so that was the final level at the scary rank. So, certainly a little bit more difficult than the rank finisher of Sweet, but it's not a whole lot harder. The difference between this level and the Sandopolis level for the Sweet rank is that in the Sweet rank the exit was invisible, but here the exit is visible, but it's buried in the terrain. But luckily, there's a hint as to where it's located, indicated by the white X in the snow terrain. So yes, that completes the scary rank and brings us to the next rank, which is chaotic, which I will start covering in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the Let's Play of Sublems, and I'll see you all for the next one.